Hi, my name is Rebecca Johnson, and these are my 4 index cards. The three resources that I used for my project are called Beyond the Minimum Wage, Minimum Wage Mythbusters, and Fight for $15 Picks Upstream. It is a subject that has been under fire for years. As the economic stability of our nation continues to fluctuate, the political, economic, and moral opinions of the citizens of the United States continue to rip this issue apart. Is raising the minimum wage necessary? Not only for the economic growth of our nation, but the moral obligation that our country is subject to? Some agree, while others are convinced that such move would cause turmoil. The impact of such decision could ultimately lead to either prosperity or upheaval. The establishment of the minimum wage started in the first Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938. Before this act, the labor conditions were horrendous. The workers weren't treated fairly, and there was barely pay for all of the workers. However, after this act, eyes were open. And after the proposal of the law, the fight for justice of workers has finally been recognized. One of the fears of raising minimum wage is that jobs will be lost. That's not true. In a letter to President Obama from 600 economists, it stated, "In recent years, there have been important developments in the academic literature on the effective increases in the minimum wage on employment. With the weight of evidence now showing that increases in the minimum wage have little or no effect on the employment of minimum wage workers, even during the weakness of the labor market. Research suggests that a minimum wage increase could have a small stimulative effect on the economy as low-wage workers spend their additional earnings, raising demand and job growth, and providing some help on the job fronts. As this result, it shows that the increase in minimum wage would have little to no negative effect on the economy." Another argument that is stated against the rise of minimum wage is workers are just teenagers. They're just looking to make a bit of spending money. Why do we need to pay them all of this money? Well, most minimum wage workers are actually college students, and they're trying to pay off loans or impoverished families. 89% of people who benefit from an increase in the federal minimum wage are 20 years or older, making the majority of those earnings of minimum wage old enough to be living on their own or even raising a family. They're most likely all paying bills. Another fear of raising minimum wage is it's going to be bad for the economy and the business. Since 1938, the federal minimum wage has increased 22 times. For more than 75 years, the GDP has steadily increased even with the minimum wage being raised 22 times. Research shows that higher wages reduce the number of employees who leave an organization. In turn, can reduce the cost of employment in training new people. The main economic fears of those who are against raising minimum wage are proven to be false. Raising minimum wage is needed to maintain economic balance. Without the raise in minimum wage, the United States is committing to economic self-destruction. Most of all of the concerns of the people who are against a minimum wage have been proven wrong. Jobs will be lost, 600 economists stated, that was proven wrong. They're just teenagers looking to spend money. 89% of minimum wage workers are old enough to have their own family, paying their own bills and living on their own. It's bad for the economy and the business. The GDP has steadily increased, even with the 22 times that the minimum wage has been increased in With that being said, it is vital that the wages in the United States are increased to balance the economy and keep on track with the other countries. Thank you.